When we research clients who have worked with a certified financial planner or those that have other financial advisors versus those that do it yourself, what we find is that the clients of the CFP folks in the US feel more confidence about their financial position. And so the real, I think the most important thing about this ad is that it helps convey, what was clearly a scary effort standing there on that bridge. And then I think a lot of people make that relationship between their finances and the calmness that a person feels and the comfort and the confidence that they get from meeting with a CFP professional. So it really goes right to the heart of the value that a certified financial planner brings to the relationship with his or her clients. Yeah, the human element is so important. I might take a little exception with your question, if I could, Maury, in that
Sure.
we think of financial planning as a profession, not an industry. But that's a minor point, but one that's really important, as almost 100,000 people have earned their certified financial planner designation. But right to the crux of your question about why the human element is so important. Human engagement and understanding are just critical to serving a client's best interest. For CFP certification, you have to meet high competency standards, education and exam and experience. But also a CFP professional commits to acting as a fiduciary to their client, which means that they act in their client's best interest. We hear how much time in the relationship CFP professionals spend with their clients, just navigating this emotional and the behavioral side of money. My personal financial planner for my spouse and I told me one time, he said, Kevin, once I figured out that about 0% of decisions are made based on objective facts and almost everything is tied to emotion, he said, I got a lot better at being a financial planner. All of this is to say that in addition to the technical components of CFP certification, we've added psychology as a domain in the educational content. It's a principled knowledge topic. So in addition to insurance, taxes, retirement, investments, and other topics, CFP professionals since 2021 have been tested on these psychology issues as well, really getting at that human touch. It's a direct acknowledgement and reflection of the very topic of our conversation today. We at CFP Board, Maury, have always been committed to fostering what I would call client-centered planning, one that serves the client's best interest. I've been here more than 16 years. There were just over 50,000 CFP professionals when I came, as we'll have over 100,000 by next year. And this means that every year more planners are developing skills and taking continuing education courses in this area of psychology of financial planning, or to use your words, the human side of financial planning. There are a lot of credentials out there. Anybody who's ever met with a financial advisor probably seen lots of letters after their name. They're not all created equal, though. Some of them only require a few hours of training and a kind of an open book test. As we go forward and navigate technological advances, I think it's going to be even more important in the future that advisors are trained and stay current in these topics around the human side of financial planning.
Kevin, do you have a take on that? And Martin, I'd
Well,
really interested from A
yeah,
or B on that.
just to follow on. Look, I think it's also a function of to think about the importance of human delivered advice. You know, we had a long run of the market generally going up year over year. And do-it-yourselfers thought they were brilliant, right? They'd hop in the market's going up, they don't need advice. And then, you know, the last year and a half or so it's been a very volatile market. Well, look, AI is not going to tell you to hold tight if you want to go and liquidate your entire portfolio and go straight to cash. So that, you know, when we talk about the limits of how technology can be really helpful, it can make advisors more efficient. It can provide access and support to folks that maybe don't have as complex of a financial life. But, you know, when the market's getting really rocky, you know, the robo-advisor or the artificial intelligence is not going to be there to help keep you from making a major mistake. The demographics are not our friend. We have more CFP professionals over the age of 70 than we do under the age of 30. Think about that. More CFPs over 70 than under 30. And so that, you know, is a huge demographic problem. And it's a problem that when I sit in corner offices, whether it's a firm with 12,000 advisors or 2 advisors, the people who run the firms and make hiring decisions are really struggling. Fortunately, people see CFP certification, especially if they're entering the profession, almost a requirement. It's obviously voluntary, but it's a requirement. And what we're doing to help solve that effort is one of our strategic priorities is workforce development. And simply stated, we're trying to recreate maybe a STEM-like initiative to promote financial planning as an attractive career choice, both to college-bound high school students, which candidly probably are not going to be certified by 2030 or 2031, but also to career changers. And what we know is that many people come to financial planning as a career changer. And, you know, for our folks listening here, it's a good career option. It's, you know, it really is. And we find particularly that people who come from careers of service are well suited. You know, it offers the opportunity to help people, and at the same time, it offers flexibility and the opportunity to give back and good compensation as well. So we have a future financial planner initiative, and again, working hard to make sure that there are plenty of competent and ethical financial planners available to provide the kind of advice we've been talking about today.